Hello, and welcome to Drawing Nonsense with me, Charlie N, or Nonsense. Now today, we are going to be drawing something relating to the new Mario game, Mario Wonder, that I've been having so much fun playing. And, as the thumbnail and title said, we are going to be drawing Mario enemies if they could have gotten the elephant power-up. Now, first, we're starting off with a little bit of an oddity, and I'm sure you'll be able to figure out who it is later. But this enemy is actually a playable character from the beginning, so don't worry about spoilers. So, yes, this is all about the brand new Mario game that I've had a lot of fun playing, Mario Wonder. If you're unfamiliar, it has been released a few days ago for the Nintendo Switch, and I just have to say it is amazing. It's so fun. There's all these wacky scenes playing with like you get the flower, then like all this, like the world just goes crazy. Like it starts raining hippos, or it starts just pipes start moving. Yes, it's just really fun. And as you can probably see now, this first person, or Mario enemy that we are drawing, is Nabbit, the thief that in Super Mario Bros. U, he stole stuff from the Toad houses. Then you had to go back to a previous level and catch him. So when you're trying to catch him, you're like going through this big level. Like you go through the same level, but you just have to catch Nabbit within the time limit. So we are moving on to some line work here. You might notice that this is a little bit more refined, a little bit more fast-paced than my normal Drawing Nonsense videos. It's because that I've learned that it's kind of more fun like this. Sure, you don't get to learn how to draw things step by step, but I'm showing you the process of how I draw these things, which will be more useful, I feel, than just being like, hey, this is how you draw this thing, and it'll be amazing. And yeah, and I will be the first, or maybe 10th, to admit that I'm not that good at drawing, especially my earlier ones were horrible. So I just felt like I had to put in a little bit more effort to make something cooler. So, it's a bit of a shift in direction for my drawing videos. I will gravitate towards doing more drawing videos than not as much, if rarely, doing other videos. So now we move on to my favorite part, using the markers. This is something that I haven't done in any other drawing in the Charlie Nonsense channel, and it'll become a normal because I love using these. It adds so much color. It's just, I want to try to think of wacky ideas, then like draw like one or two or three things following that same idea, usually playing off of a video game or show. And I just think that that'll be a way more fun way of doing things. As you can see, I'm just going around the bag of, well, just Nabbit's bag that he uses to carry all the items. Now in the actual games, when you play as Nabbit, which apparently you can do now, he can't get power-ups. So you can't really, like, this is not a thing in the actual game. Nabbit can't get an elephant power-up, as far as I am aware. I've only really, I haven't gotten that far in the game, and yeah, I just haven't gotten that far, but I'm having a blast, and I know I've said that a lot. So yes, in the games, he carries all his power-ups in his bag, and when he gets to the end, he converts all those power-ups into 1-ups. At least that's how it worked in Super Mario Bros. U. Alright, so now we're working on his little boots. Now, for the bag, and for really all of them, there's that almost plastic look in Mario sometimes that I try to replicate in this guy. You can see how I put the gray on his black arms and legs. Just put that white on there just to make it seem a little bit more round. Working on his mask here. Now, I did intentionally go over the lines. That's probably my biggest mistake with this piece in general, is that to draw the outline of where his things, or just the little lipstick almost, to go. Now we're moving on to the bulk of his markering. His skin, or his suit. So, something interesting is, that is clearly a mask, so nobody knows who Nabbit is under the mask. There's tons of theories that he is Bowser Jr., because it's identical to the mask that he has there. But Mario Wonder almost kind of proves that theory wrong. Or I'm assuming Mario Bros. U did this too. But I don't think, like, when you're battling Bowser Jr., you could still play as Nabbit. So I don't think that it's really... I don't think that's a possible theory. It is that he could just be his own unique character, or there could be some dark secret. Or he's just a bunny in a suit. One of the two. We're moving on to his big old tummy now. Now, I tried to make there not be too many brush strokes that you could see, but, you know, it's kind of hard to cover them up. And as I talked before, we want to give it this plastic look, so instead of filling it all like that, I tried to add that one little brightness on his hip to try to make it look like he's curving around there in a way. Just trying to make him look like he's a plastic toy, which is the look that lots of Mario games follow. Now we're going around with a brush pen to give a thicker, give him a thicker outline, which just kind of helps to tie it all together in a way. Kind of breaks the plasticky look, but it's something that I think really makes it look cooler. As you can see, I am just really, really confident with the work that I've done on this one so far. Like, look at me. I'm going in. Look at me putting those pencil lines on paper. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Until I decided that I hated it all and decided to get rid of it. So then, we started again. This time, a bit more of a plan. A bit more actual something. So this next one that we're going to be doing is Kamek, or Magic Koopa, as if he would have gotten an elephant costume. And Kamek, he's in almost every single Mario game. Like, he's Bowser's lackey in a way. changing up his pose here a little bit and giving him his magic wand. We're working on his big elephant ears now, because, you're not just an elephant if you don't have ears like that. Like, I mean, what other distinguishable trait is there for an elephant? Please ignore the trunk. But yes, Kamek is Bowser's lackey in a way. So, especially in the Mario movie, you will see that Kamek is kind of, like, oh yes, master, yes, I will do your bidding. Bidding? Bidding. Not bidding. I don't even know what bidding is. Is that like biting? Maybe... I wonder if... I'm gonna Google it afterward, it's fine. If bidding is a thing. It's not like Bitcoin, is it? I'm getting way off topic. So yes, we're finishing up his wand. Moving on to the line work. And I just love this flow of sketch, pencil, then later markers. It's just really, really fun. Cut through most of that, because it's essentially just a bit more of a refined version of what I was doing before, so you don't have to see all of it. It's kind of difficult condensing. Like, each one of these pictures takes like an hour. It's hard to condense them to such short, like, into 5-minute clips. This was the bane. Like, I decided, hey, I'm gonna add a little bit of texture on his cloak. I just make it really, really bumpy. So yep, I just tried to skip past most of the erasing, because, again, it's not that exciting, and I want to keep things exciting. I mean, just look at this, just look at his beautiful, lumpy cloak. Now we're moving in with the markers, doing the blue of his hat, which, it's iconic for Kamek. His hat is just, look at that hat. Totally didn't steal it from Link or anything. Moving in with the grays, because even though it's white, I want to make it look a little bit more interesting than just white. Now we're getting the yellow of his face. And using 2 different colors. My mistake with the face is that, like, this guy's pose isn't that interesting. He's just kind of standing there. The Nabbit that we did a little bit ago, he was running. This guy's just kind of standing there. And also, I feel like the shading wasn't as heavy. Like, there weren't as dark shadows. And lots of times, the contrast between light and dark is what makes lots of things look good. Working on his little magic wand here. And, getting the pink, feel like it's a little bit too pink, so we put some red on. Use a white gel pen to give that little shine. And he's pretty much done now. Yeah, this guy is really, really bad. So, I felt like I had to redeem myself from that last one just because of how bad it was. I had to do something good. I had to do something great. So I decided to actually get a non-Mario reference for this one. It's still a Mario enemy, but I am actually referencing just an elephant. And I'm sure it will become clearer very soon. I am doing Lemmy as an elephant. Because, you know, as one does, of course. But here's the thing. Lemmy is kind of a showman. Like in Paper Mario Color Splash, he ran the circus. He is kind of a performer. So, I actually got a reference of Dumbo. Because, he's a circus elephant. So I just did a cross between Lemmy and Dumbo. Which, it's a pretty good mashup, if I do say so myself. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the ball here, trying to make the stars look like, they're round. Just kind of beheading him and scalping and putting a new one on. The eyes come. The hair gave me a lot of trouble, because Lemmy's all about his hair, so if it's not right, it just won't look good. But it's hard to get it right. Yeah, I actually copied the proportions of Dumbo and just kind of made Dumbo Lemmy. Those ears were essentially just Dumbo's ears. This, I'm zooming in really close to the hair just so you know that, this is how the hair is gonna be. Made a little bit of progress off camera, because if I showed you all of this video would be, if I showed you everything, this video would be 3 hours long, and I don't know if you want to sit and watch me do things, especially that camp. I don't know if you want to watch that for that long. And especially after putting the line work in on this one, I was getting really, really happy with this one. I like the little trunk. It looks like even the trunk's yelling in happiness.
Oh man, I'm so happy I'm gonna be on this thing with Lemmy. And oh, I'm so happy right now. Oh yeah, I'm a little trunk. Yeah.
Getting Dumbo's little collar on him. And I think that this is what went wrong with the Kamek one. I just tried to do the same thing that I did with Nabbit again. And it didn't work out. It really just had ears and a trunk. No other things. But this one, I'm really happy with it. Especially when we're starting to get some color in. Oh, it sings. It's just so good. And yes, I chose 2 Koopas. Chose Kamek, Lemmy, and Nabbit. One of them aren't a Koopa. I'm just kind of relying on the fact that Nabbit's probably a Koopa under all that purple. Yeah, that's totally it. Totally. yes, Lemmy was, like, he's considered one of the first bosses in a lot of games. Like, he's kind of, he isn't really taken. Like, oh, Lemmy, oh, he's the big tough one. It was kind of hard getting the green. It's hard trying to get the colors to not start blending with each other accidentally, like with the orange of his little dot thingies. I don't know what they are, but it's kind of hard not getting green into that. Now he's on the shading. I filled his mouth with black, then I come with like a pinkish. Then I go over the rest of his mouth with the pinkish to almost tint it a bit more of a pinkish. Coloring in his little collar, his little poofy collar. Looking poofy, Lemmy. Starting to work on his giant ball. And I thought it was kind of cool because, like, something about Lemmy riding the ball felt like it matched up with, like, Dumbo the circus elephant. Like, I don't know, the match just seemed so perfect. Working on his bomb. In Super Mario Bros. U, he rides along on his big bouncy ball and throws the bombs at you. They bounce a couple times before exploding. Not that hard to dodge. And Lemmy in general is a pretty easy boss fight. But I guess it's the first boss, so you can't have anything super difficult. I'm really happy with my line work for the flame. It looks really, it just looks cool. Then especially when we start adding in the markering, like, I'm just really happy with that fire. Kind of intentionally, I think, I don't know. Possibly, I guess it wasn't intentional. But it didn't really matter if I went over the lines too much, because it's kind of supposed to be a flame. It's not supposed to have that much substance. Adding in his ears. And I did the hair off camera. Now we're getting into the stars, and I believe the stars are one of the last things to do. There's probably a flaw. I should have had there be much more intense lighting and have the fire kind of be the light. But oh well, I might, like, draw another one of these guys, or just take that information for future reference. Alright, now it's time for the thicker outline. Wait, why am I doing the voiceover? The trunk can do it.
Oh, well, you see, we're just hearing the outlines, but some parts don't want to think outlines. So we're gonna take this line. Yeah. And we're just about finished up. I hope you enjoyed the creation of all three of these elephants. And, oh gosh, we'll see you later.
Wait. Mr. Trunk, that is not the end of the video. We have to display them all. So we started out with Nabbit, really happy with that. Kamek's a bit of a not good, but Lemmy is near perfection. And yeah, really hope you enjoyed the video. And see y'all later.